Hello, everyone. This is Skol session. This is episode 3. We're finally at 3, man. We're making some progress. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, baby. We're here for our midweek huddle.
Yes,
What
sir.
we got on the schedule today?
All right, man. So today we're gonna go over that Saints recap that happened. It was a pretty good game. We're gonna do a state your case, which your boy finally has. It's gonna be on me today,
Oh,
and then we're gonna do a preview of the Broncos Sunday night football. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
let's ride.
So what's up, man? Talk to me about the Saints game. I watched it, but like it was a tale of two halves. I think you were saying to me offline. So how'd you feel about the game?
Yeah, man, I felt good about it, to go in there and get that win.
Right,
Obviously it being home, I think helped us. But
right.
for Dobbs to go in there and perform the way he did, speaks volumes of
Gosh,
what O'Connell's doing.
gosh.
Let's go. It's speaking volumes of what O'Connell's doing right now with him and him to learn that offense 2 weeks in.
Right,
We're on a five game win streak now. It kind of was similar for me watching to the Bears game where we're kind of dominating the game.
right,
Obviously, first half we were, 20 something to three.
right.
And, Derek Carr goes down and here comes 30-30 in the game. And your boy goes down and throws a couple of touchdowns.
Right.
And, and he did bring them back in the game. And,
Right,
Jameis does what Jameis does and threw two more interceptions and we seal the game.
right.
I hope we can play like we played in the first half. Dobbs was balling, and we were looking good. Tyson Chandler got a touchdown,
Yes, sir.
um,
Yes, sir.
which you were saying you were
Yes,
predicting him to
sir.
get more playing time,
Yes, sir,
and
my
he
guy.
did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I like the way we were playing the first half. Like I said, the second half, I think we only had like 40 something passing yards or something insane. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Right.
Although we were up, so I think O'Connell was playing like conservative play calling.
Yep.
Um, but I'm interested to see um, if we can continue what we started in the first half
Right.
um, this
Now,
upcoming week. How do you think the game went?
first half, bro, I'm like, this is it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're clicking on all cylinders. Like, Josh Dobbs is, Houdini, which he's been the past few weeks. Like, that backyard street football, he's making plays. Defense is lights out to a point, which is unfortunate, but, Derek Carr got injured. Danielle Hunter, it was a weird sack. Danielle Hunter and like another guy kind of got in the mix and knocked him out the game. It just felt good, man. It felt like, okay, this team that's hot, clicking on all cylinders, like, and this is what we need to be to really compete, with the top dogs in the NFC. Then I got some food, came back, second half song. I'm like, what in the world is going on? It felt like the old Vikings in a sense of like,
Same old.
instead of playing to win, we were playing not to lose, if that makes sense. Like you said, conservative play calling. Play calling was a little more conservative, and I think with Josh Dobbs still being relatively new, I think they didn't want to put too much of the game in his hands. Run that ball, get up out of there with a victory against a very good defensive team. Man, those guys were over there flying around. That defense looked really good out there. Um,
They
the
did.
corners played good. Their second corner, he had a really good game against Jordan Addison. I mean, Jordan Addison
Oh
got
yeah.
his plays, but that guy was a really good corner. And then your boy Florida State's own came in there and he just said, "Screw it, bro." he put the clipboard down and said, "He said, what do I got to lose?" And what's funny about Jameis, bro, is that's just kind of the player he's been in the NFL. Like he'll have those plays where like he'll have the touchdowns, but then he'll follow up with interceptions. But he's always gonna like throw the ball and give his players a chance no matter what. Like he does not care. He's gonna sling it around. Um, Chris Olave, the guy we were discussing, I seen him start to get more involved in the game plan. It's happy we got the victory, but it started to feel like we were coming back down to earth, so to speak, in regards to the Saints. So I don't know, bro. It was very interesting. It was very, very interesting for sure. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Last week I talked about the 2023 Vikings being similar to the 2017 Vikings.
Sir,
Your turn this week. So what
hey,
we got?
hey, Judge Zach, let me talk to you. Let me state my case, man. Let me just hear me out, hear me out, hear me
All
out.
right.
Um, your Minnesota Vikings are hot right now. They're one of the hottest teams in the NFL. Your boy Josh Dobbs is like the NFL header on Twitter or X or whatever you call it, like his pictures on the background. Everybody's talking about him. But my case is this, bro. If Josh Dobbs doesn't get us to the NFC Championship game or pass, I think it's still time to find a new quarterback, including letting your boy Cousins walk. That boy about to go put that Cousins jersey on right now.
Primetime Kurt, boy.
So that's how I'm feeling, bro. So hear me out.
Okay, okay.
Hear me out. So first, I'm gonna start with your boy Josh Dobbs. I wrote some notes, bro. So 2023, he was obviously, he was with Arizona earlier this year. Can I offer you 1,500 passing yards? Sounds good, right? But
Yeah,
I'm following that up with 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Clearly, he's on a dumpster fire Arizona Cardinals, organization. They got a lot of things going on. I know. Did you see the podcast where he was like, the coach said, "I'm staying, like I'm the guy," and then the next thing was he was like being benched for a rookie because Kyler was coming back, and then his guys called him was like, "Hey, you're going to get traded to Minnesota." So
yeah, I saw that.
I get it. The organization is kind of a dumpster fire. 8 TDs, 5 picks. 2022 Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna give you 411 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 picks. So,
Okay,
obviously, with Minnesota these past, few games, 426 yards, 3 TDs, 0 picks. So what that tells me is O'Connell's he's getting, the full potential out of Dobbs, right? But to me, Dobbs is just a really, really good backup and a mediocre starter. It's a feel good story. Give that guy a full season, give defenses, a full year to kind of really learn his tendencies, see the tape. And I don't think he's your franchise quarterback. Obviously, if you get to the NFC Championship game, or win a Super Bowl, all bets are off, right? Like Josh Dobbs
right.
is everybody's favorite player in Minnesota in the bars and in the restaurants. Like that's the guy, right? So it's a feel good story, bro. I think we kind of already had this discussion. I got to see more. I got to see more, and I got to see it when it counts. Like with Cousins, bro, the ballpark back of the baseball card stats are great. Like the throwing yards are there. He's top 5 in all these categories. But when it's win or go home, he's gotten better over the past year with Kevin O'Connell. But when it's win or go home, it's a body language, it's a confidence, it's a leader of a team that I personally I think he has kind of some flaws in. So that's my case with Dobbs. You know how I feel about Cousins. Cousins will be 36 next year. He's officially a free agent. And like I was saying, I mean, obviously, it's tough, but the Achilles that he tore, that means something, bro.
Yeah,
So you're bringing a quarterback in that's creeping 40 that has a leg injury. Obviously, with science and how the NFL is now, I mean, hell, your boy Aaron Rodgers is out there throwing balls and talking to. He was talking to the free safety for the Chargers, like I'm coming back soon, and he had a similar injury. So I get it, like he can overcome that, but for me, it's a financial thing. Giving Cousins market price when you have a team that's young and that has, you have players, but you also have players you need to retain. Um, which brings me to this point. If I can give you Cousins, but the JJ contract is going to be done, that's not going to be a discussion. But you have to waive, Danielle Hunter goodbye, and possibly a defensive tackle you could have brought in or another end you could bring in. Do you bring Cousins back with those, those pieces you probably can't bring back in? KJ Osborne, some of these players or some of these players you can get, or do I give you a rookie quarterback? Save that money, save that money and put that money in other places, and you possibly have your franchise guy. Obviously, in this league, it's a home run or a miss, right? So
right.
for every Deshaun Watson, in his earlier years, for every Joe Burrow, you have players like you have Bus, you have players like the Bears, Mitchell Trubisky. So it's nothing's guaranteed, which I get. But just where the team is, man, right now, um, if you do it correct, bro, you can build a team around a young quarterback with those, funds you would be saving, and you have a chance to set your team up for a longer period of time. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, you got those guys. You got the right tackle, left tackle. You got those guys. You got Hawkinson that's, in his prime that can be there for a while. Um, I like the way those corners are playing, bro. Booth, Makai, Blackman, your boy, the free safety Bynum. Like we have some pieces to this defense. Ivan Pace, like,
We
hey,
do.
hey, I'm gonna say this. Every NFL team that didn't draft that man, including the Vikings, shame on you. Shame
Absolutely.
on you, because that
Absolutely.
is a dog. How many times do we get on here and we look at a highlight where this man is running through 6'7", 6'6", four offensive linemen to make the play? Shame on you, NFL teams that let that man go. But that's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like the Vikings are in an interesting place, bro, because if they set it up right, you have an opportunity to not be, I always say, what's the point of getting dressed up if you can't go inside the dance? You getting
Yeah.
dressed up, you getting in the car, you get to the dance, and they say, hey, you got to go home. Like they have a unique chance to really, really make noise in the NFC in the future if they do it right.
We won a Super Bowl in Minnesota. So
Right,
I get your case. I do. And you know how much I love Kirk Cousins.
right. I know.
I've had his back for it since honestly, since he's been in Minnesota. But this season really is going to tell a lot. These next,
Right,
8, 7, 8 weeks, whatever we're at,
right,
is going to tell the direction the team's headed.
right.
And I think, I'm on board. If we're gonna, keep our pieces in place, maybe we can swing and give Flores some more money, keep him another year, go get a
Hey,
rookie quarterback. I mean,
hey, right,
O'Connell showed you put Jaren Hall in the game, we got some consistency. You put Josh Dobbs in the game, he's looking. I mean,
exactly,
he's trending right now. So
exactly.
I
So
agree with you. I agree with you. And I'm on board whatever it takes to get us to the Super Bowl.
let me say this. Obviously, every year it's the next best quarterback. It's the franchise guy, right? This year, as a whole, it's supposed to be a pretty decent quarterback class. Like I stated earlier, there's maybe 7 guys on this list, right? Hell, 5 of them could be bust. There could be two, or it could be the guy that was drafted, Brock Purdy, who is good enough, but based on the system, the O'Connell system or system, he's your guy, right? So I'm gonna give you these guys, man. Obviously, we all know the top dog. We all know the top dog, USC, Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
the Mahomes type player, right? He's gone. Um, ooh, kind of if okay, Justin Fields, Justin Fields is still there. You bring in Caleb Williams, Justin Fields needs a new home. Last time I checked, any team that has 2 quarterbacks has no quarterback. If you have 2 franchise quarterbacks, you have no quarterback, right?
Right.
That could be something to look into. Um, Justin Fields with Kevin O'Connell, like he still has that God-given ability, even though he's been questionable with his decision making. But that's a whole nother thing. That just got my
Mm.
light bulb kind of up. I ain't even on the juice. um, Caleb Williams is gone. You're gonna have to trade, damn 4 first-round draft picks, Danielle Hunter. Well, Danielle Hunter is technically a free agent. Draft picks, possibly Justin Jefferson to move up for that pick. Chicago Bears, we're not doing that. We're not, making a deal with the devil and giving away one of the greatest receivers statistically, ever. Um, Drake May, North Carolina guy, has signs of Herbert from the Chargers. Very strong, tall, more of a traditional quarterback, but has a little bit of legs on him. Bo Nix, Oregon, former Auburn quarterback. I like Bo Nix, bro. I'm just gonna go over a few lists with. I'm just gonna go over a list with you. JJ McCarthy, Michigan. Your boy Shador, put the Shador up. Your boy Shador. His dad said he's coming back because he wants him to be, the top dog when he's drafted. But
Right.
you can't speak for a man when you had good money because of your family, but you have life changing money and you get to do something you've always wanted to do and play NFL quarterback. So I'm gonna leave that up to him and not his dad to decide if he wants to, come in now with a good possible first round pick grade. Um, Jaden Daniels, LSU. I've been hearing about him. I know LSU's offense has been really good, and he's been playing really good quarterback, possibly a mid-round draft pick. And this guy named Quentin Ewers, Texas. You know me, bro. I'm a college guy. I always give you these draft picks. Strong arm quarterback. He was, I think, like one of the highest recruits coming out of high school. Like he has the talent. Um, Played awesome against Alabama. Like he has the tools. He just needs that Kevin O'Connell love, that special touch. So realistically, what I got right, we got top dollars are done. We're winning football games. We're out of that kind of draft tier. The more games you win, the more that's just going to be a pipe dream. I got these are my guys, man. Three of them. JJ McCarthy, Michigan. I gave you some stats earlier. Let me give you these. Over 2,000 passing yards, 18 TDs, three picks, QBR 92.7. How's that sounding?
I like it. I like it.
Good, good anticipated thrower. He has the legs, but he's not a scrambler. He can move around in the pocket. Bo Nix, Auburn quarterback, had a really iffy time in the SEC with those SEC defenses. It's a little bit different than out there out west. Well, Oregon, we got over 3,000 passing yards, 29 TDs, two picks, 29 TDs, two picks, QBR 87.3.
Yeah.
You know what I like about Bo Nix? It's the fire, it's the passion, bro. I've seen clips on him on TikTok, and I even watched him in games. Like he'll come out and he's like, "Let's go!" Like he's like,
Energy.
he wants it. He's ready to go to war, and
Right.
like players around him are ready to strap up and go to war with him. For players like that, bro, you can't teach that. And then your guy from out west, your guy from that Seattle area.
Let's
You're
go.
you're
My hometown. He's
hey
from my hometown.
hey your boy Penix Jr. Let me give you this:
Yeah.
30 over 3,500 passing yards, 28 TDs, seven picks, and an 85.1 QBR. We've had this discussion off the calls. The calmness, the confidence. He had a fiery speech. I seen where he was getting his guys hyped up to get in the game. Like I see that Deshaun Watson aura, that energy about him, bro. It's hard to explain. Like he's not the Bo Nix type like every Saturday, but you're in the game with a
Oh
quarterback
yeah.
like that. Like you just know it. And the players love him, bro. So we keep winning games. We keep looking good. These young players look good. Those are three quarterbacks I would like to see. Penix Jr.'s, I think he's winning the Heisman. I think he may be out of that tier. But Minnesota's doing their homework. I know they got scouts out there, really taking a look at these guys because it's a very interesting year. Like next year, it could look kind of different for the Minnesota Vikings at that quarterback position, bro. So what do you think, man? That's kind of my case.
I agree with you. And I think it's a dangerous year for the Vikings. With the JJ contract coming up.
Mhm.
If Dobbs starts to fall
Right.
and Jaron Hall can't come in and rescue us, Cousins coming off an injury, you go draft the wrong guy, then you could potentially lose JJ. That's our franchise. So I think like we got to, if we're gonna draft a guy, he's got to be the guy. I trust the organization right now. I trust Quasey. I think we're gonna make some good moves, especially at the QB position. I'm pumped for what you had to say, honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's an interesting future for the Vikings, bro, because I think for the first time in a long time, we really could see a new leader of, your boys in purple and gold. But let's go to the last segment. I think you said it earlier, Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride.
Sunday night, you got a hot Broncos team. This is the team that was long from that Dolphins butt whooping. Like this team is figuring it out. And your boy Wilson is playing that Wilson ball that got him that contract, that wild
Yep.
contract. Talk to me about your
Mhm.
boys. How we feel about tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game, especially playing a mile high right now in the wintertime. I
Right,
think the crowd is going to be loud.
right.
It being a primetime game for Josh Dobbs, only in week 3 in Minnesota, it's going to be
It's true.
a tough game.
Right.
And I think that, Russell Wilson, it's kind of low key, but I think he had like 18 touchdowns, like low amount of interceptions. He's
He's back.
He's they won last week against the Bills, walk
Right.
off field goal win.
Right.
So it's going to be a tough game. I'm hoping we can get to 6 wins in a row.
Okay.
Um, but you know, I'm curious to see if we can come out and not look flat from the previous game because towards the end of the game we looked flat. That's all there is to it.
Like
The
this
offense.
for us, and then it's like we're like right here. Like, do we
Yeah.
this or you know what I mean? Do we keep that momentum going? I hear you. I hear you.
And the last 3 weeks, like we talked about, they're not the same Broncos team. I think Sean Payton's kind of taken over a little bit. You can see why they brought him in there. So
True. That's true.
I'm curious to see how we play. It's a big game for us. It's a big game because next week we go play Monday night. We play the Bears, and then we hit the bye week. So
Okay.
we need this one. It would be a big game. It's a big game for us. Big game for Josh Dobbs and
Right.
O'Connell. What do you think? How you think it's going to play out?
I think you already said your prediction. You said six, the 6 win. I think we lose. I think we lose, bro. I think you have a quarterback that's clicking on all cylinders. Again, he's always been a dangerous quarterback. He's an elusive quarterback. Um, they're a hot team, too. Got some stats for you. Russell Wilson, he's over 1,800 passing yards. Williams, the running back, 436 rushing, the leading running back. Sutton's warming up. Sutton's always been an issue with us. When we played them last time, Sutton gave us the work. 433. Those young corners are gonna have their hands full because you put some bodies on him. Jerry Judy. I don't care what nobody says. Jerry Judy's still one of the best route runners I've ever seen personally, with just the elusiveness and the feet. Defense is playing a lot better. Like I said, this ain't the same defense from
Right.
that 60-point beatdown from the Dolphins. I can give you the stats. They're the worst, Russian defense. Ty Chandler, Kenny, I need a game from you guys. And the scoring defense is 32nd because they had 60 put on them. Like I was telling you off the line, the Baltimore Ravens Ray Lewis team could have, they could have them on the team for the rest of the year, and their defense statistically is just going to be bad because of that beatdown they had with the Cheetah and them guys. They
Yeah.
got PS2. They got PS2 shutdown corner. So Patrick Surtain, he's still a dog. You just let me know that Justin Jefferson, he's been practicing, but he's not ready yet. So Jordan Addison, he's gonna be, he's gonna have to earn his money and play that first round draft pick caliber that we know he can play, right? But he's gonna work for it tomorrow. I don't know, bro. It just feels like that game to me. And we've had this discussion. You're more positive. I can, sometimes see things from a different perspective. It looks shaky to me. A positive, your boy Ivan Pace is going to be the top dog. He's going to be leading the defense, but Jordan Hicks unfortunately being out. And we brought your boy Double Nichols back. Anthony Barr is back. We're not expecting him to be the first round draft pick player, but depth and to help those young guys out there, see plays, and it's never a bad thing to bring a veteran in there. And I loved Anthony Barr, bro. Hell, if Brian Flores let him come off the edge a little bit. He's 6'5", 6'6",
Yep.
was a dog in UCLA. I think we lose this game. Um, Monday night, you got the team kind of back alert, back, ready to get to it with the Bears, and then you go into the bye week. So that's kind of where I see things going, but I think it's gonna be a
Okay.
good game, bro. I think it's gonna be a good game. So are we gonna be saying Josh Dobbs, or is your
Let's
boy,
ride, baby. Let's ride.
or is the pasture not gonna come back down to earth? It's gonna be interesting to see, bro. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. So that's how I feel about it, bro.
Hey, let's see what happens, man. It's gonna be fun to watch.
All right, man. So this is Skol Session midweek huddle. Hey, let's ride.